I see. It's a ransom. May I present Mrs. Conkling?
You should pitch the ungrateful girl overboard. Your clothes, French cut, quite fetching. I forgot to tell you when we first met.
Beatrix is on her way to California. She's got a new project in... Where is it, dear?
A cow town, someplace called Los Angeles. I'm doing up a little resort there. It's called the Beverly Hills Hotel. So, where is the Irish tart? Dreaming of her newfound riches?
We were just talking about that, darling.
My husband and myself extended every courtesy, showed every kindness to Shayla. We've no children. Shayla became quite dear to us. So her theft hurt us all the more for the trust we placed in her. Don't fail us. Now, excuse me. I must retire. I have a frightful headache. It was a pleasure. Good night. Andrew?
My wife felt strongly about Shayla. As I've told you, we've no children of our own. Look, you must get that letter. Don't wait until tomorrow. See if you can speak to Shayla directly, without her brother. She's in the third-class cabins forward, on F deck, number 59. Good night. I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Evening. Where to? Righty, I know every nook and cranny. Take my lift to D deck. Take the doors beneath the stairs. Go down one flight to E deck. You'll see the signs to Scotland Road. Turn right and head forward down Scotland Road. Take the stairs down to third class. May I take you somewhere? Mind the gate. Did you attend a party last night on D deck? Seen the Lady Georgia, did you? Notice those diamonds round her neck? A bloke could be set up with those, and her. Pity she's unhappy. Her husband always arguing with her, like just now. Almost there.
Seen Haderlitz's gal, Clarice Limehouse? She must have a cabin on D deck, near reception. And could I receive her in a New York minute? Willie's girl's got some class to her. Main line all the way. Yeah, well, if you see her, tell her she's wasting her time spooning with that crazy Troutt kid. Me, Max, the styling Spruce Street Sharpie. I'd take care of her like a princess. A regular princess. Tell her, would you? Good night.
There you are. I have evidence of a scandal. I have seen a first-class passenger, a Mr. Haderlitz, among the steerage class. He's been gambling with the crew and worse. I followed him into third class, on F deck where he visited the room of an unchaperoned young woman. I will speak to the authorities. Such behavior, it smacks of socialism and unrest. I'm looking forward to talking with you about the mission. God needs your help. Thank you so much. I will call on you tomorrow. Good evening.
Jack, is that you? I'll be right out. I don't want to wake the baby. Oh. But we were meeting later. Where's Jack? Please, I don't want no trouble. I didn't know the letter was so dear. I just wanted to take something, anything that looked valuable. For the baby. It was Jack who read it. Saw it was bad for Mr. Conkling. He said the bit about selling bad steel would ruin him if it was to get out in the papers. Anyway, Jack, he says Mr. Conkling got the letter from an engineer up at the mill. Said the mill's been making bad steel. High in sulfur is what he called it. The steel's no good, and they put it in the Titanic. It'd be a scandal if it got out. That's why Mr. Conkling wants the letter back. But Jack, he says Conkling will have to pay us to get it. $5,000. Huh, Mrs. Conkling's probably behind it. All she cares about is a fine name and pots of cash. And a baby. But she won't get Eddie. No, she won't. And if she tries, I'll ruin her. Make her poor as me. My baby, Eddie. He's the only reason I stood them last month at the Conklings. I knew Mr. Conkling weren't going to leave his missus. I was only a parlour maid, but I didn't care. I was happy to have his baby. Him and Mrs. Conkling, I thought they was so kind, until I found out that Mrs. Conkling was going to steal my baby for her own. Once I had it, she would fire me and take Eddie for herself. She can't have her own babies. So they used me to get one. To get Eddie. When I found out that was her plan, I left. I didn't know the letter was anything. I thought it might hold £1 or two. Oh, that's Eddie. Bye. Don't forget about our meeting.
Haderlitz's gal? The blonde? Clarice Limehouse. Classy. You think I got a chance with her? Yeah, well, if you see her, tell her she's wasting her time spooning with that crazy Troutt kid. Me, Max, the styling Spruce Street Sharpie. I'd take care of her like a princess. A regular princess. Tell her, would you? Good night.
Still wondering? This ship holds a strange fascination for you. Most peculiar. I've a message from a young German gentleman by the name of Haderlitz. He would like to meet you in the squash court. They've opened it for him. Highly irregular, I must say, especially for fencing. Yes, apparently he does not favor racket sports. Surely he is. The percentage of passengers demanding the courts late on a Sunday night is small. Minuscule, actually. If memory serves me, there is an entrance to the squash courts on D deck. Meanwhile, I shall inform the young German gentleman that you will meet him presently.
Yes, can I help you? Perhaps. As purser, I'm in charge of the Titanic's passengers. Have you a name? If you do, I can tell you their cabin number. Mrs. Limehouse and her daughter Clarice are in cabin D19. I live to serve. Very good then. Good night.
Evening. Where to? Mind the gate. Did you attend the party last night on D deck? Seen the Lady Georgia, did you? Noticed those diamonds round her neck? A bloke would be set up with those, and her. Pity she's unhappy. Her husband always arguing with her, like just now. Almost there.
On board the Titanic. So extravagant, don't you think? And so handsome. A German boy. He gave me this rose. I'm Clarice Limehouse. Everyone's gone to bed early tonight. Is it because it's so cold? Oh, it's late. I should go. I must go. Bye.